Welcome, everyone. I'm David Kelly, VP of Programming for the E-Learning Guild, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this Twist conversation. Today, I'm pleased to be joined by Karl Kapp and many of his students from Bloomsburg University. Welcome, Karl.
Hey, thanks, Dave. Great to be here.
Great to have you guys here to talk about what's going on with the student program at DevLearn and something special that you guys are doing at Bloomsburg. Before we get started jumping into that, can I take a moment to introduce yourself and the students you have with you?
Sure. So I'm Karl Kapp, Professor of Instructional Technology at Bloomsburg University here in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. And finally, it's a sunny day outside, so we're really excited about that. And I have with me some of our great and wonderful students, and I'm going to let each of them kind of introduce themselves and tell where they are in the program. Today's an exciting day on campus. It's graduation day, so we'll start with Joe.
Hello, my name is Joseph Tupioli. I'm just completing my second semester in the MSIT program here.
Hello, my name is Jordan Orzalik, and I'm actually completing my final semester, and I'm graduating today.
Hi, my name is Michael Grube. I'm also completing my degree today, and I'll be graduating later tonight.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of such an important day to speak with me about what we're doing at DevLearn for our student program. And Karl, I wanted to start the conversation with you. You and I had some conversations last year, and you were instrumental in bringing a student docent program to DevLearn, and you brought a number of students with you from Bloomsburg to the conference last year. And can you tell me a little bit about why you did that and what you thought this program could do for them? And then I'd like to hear from the students as to what they were looking for it as well.
Right, exactly. So what we were thinking was that, the academic program is wonderful and it's a good thing to hear from the faculty here and everything, but for them to really be immersed in what's happening in the industry, talking to industry professionals, seeing professional presentations, hearing about what others are doing, we thought it would really kind of broaden their horizon in terms of their understanding of the field of instructional technology and the field of e-learning. So looking around for certain programs and things that we wanted to do, we thought DevLearn was a fantastic opportunity for them to get exposure to all the vendors in the field, get exposure to really high quality presentations, get exposed to some of the authors in the field and everything. So DevLearn seemed like a perfect thing to do. And as you know, students, it's expensive for them to get to conferences. So we reached out to the E-Learning Guild and kind of worked together and formed an academic partnership, which was wonderful, gave the students a really discounted rate. And then we asked different places on campus, gathered dollars, and kind of went to the event. We're fortunate enough to take 8 students who not only participated in all the other events, but also participated in Demo Fest, which I think for them was the highlight of the conference.
Excellent. And I know for many of you, some of you came last year, some of you might be coming this year for the first time. What are you guys as students looking to get out of the conference? How do you see it complementing what you're learning in school?
Yeah, Joe, why don't you start? You and Jordan, and then Michael talks since he actually got to go.
Okay, some of the things that I'd be looking forward to is networking opportunities, networking with the industry professionals, seeing many of their examples of work. Because as a student, you're only so creative, and then you look at other people's for influence. Maybe you see the way that they've done something and say, oh, why didn't I think of doing it that way? Or maybe we could teach them something. So looking forward to those type of things.
For me, like Joe said, the networking opportunities are great. But another thing that helps place the things we learn in our courses in context within the field, and we can gather more information, expand our horizons. And also I think there's an aspect of we the students, the information is very fresh with us. So I think we also have an opportunity to contribute to the events.
All right, well, I got to have a chance to go to a few conferences here while I was at Bloomsburg, and one of them being Learning Solutions, and then I also went to DevLearn. And I can say that DevLearn was significantly better experience for me just because I got to demo some of my own work. I got to have feedback from some professionals in the field. I got to network with other professionals in the field. And one of the cool things about it was we had our own little table where we got to show our work for about 2 hours. There's just people coming up to us. It was nonstop, and we got to go through this and just be able to talk about our work and show that, we use triggers for this, or we did this and that. And eventually, like, people were asking us, like, oh, do you have business cards? And ever since then, we got to keep in contact with some of these people. Like, I'm still in contact with someone at NASA, and we talk constantly and share ideas back and forth and try to figure out different problems together. So I think it was just an amazing opportunity, and I would recommend it to anybody.
Well, one of the things you touched on, which I thought was very interesting, is the idea that you guys can contribute to the conference. And that's one of the things I wanted to make sure I put out there as part of this conversation, because as much as you guys you are discussing the benefits of you guys being at the conference, I felt it was a tremendous asset to have you at DevLearn and to have students in general at DevLearn. It adds so much to the conversation, and some of the Demo Fest is always a highlight of the event. As an example, you talked about what your experience was there as well. But a lot of the best energy and the best conversations that I saw were going on at those student tables, because people were just engaged in it. And the student tables, for me, really are just a perfect example of what is at the heart of Demo Fest, which is just, here's my work, and you can learn from looking at it, and I can learn from your comments about it. And those conversations that I saw going on, and some of them that I had the pleasure of participating in, were just wonderful. So you guys are definitely adding a lot of value to the conference, just in the conversations that you're having with people while you're there. And I know, Karl, you touched on this a second ago. One of the conferences are generally attended by people in the field, whether it be an academic or someone from a corporate environment, and they're able to do that because it's seen as a professional development opportunity. And even though we at the Guild and other people in other conferences that you might be attending offer substantial student discounts that reduce the price to get into the conference, you still have to get there. And that's not something that is an expense that most college students or most young people can get into, can really take that on at their own. And I know that you guys are doing something unique at Bloomsburg to try and address that gap, to make it more accessible so the students can be able to go to DevLearn and other conferences. Can you tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, so the first year we were able to cobble some money together from different departments on campus, but we knew that wasn't as sustainable, from the grad school, from our dean, from our own department. But we knew that wasn't a sustainable process. So we were brainstorming about ways to help fund students to go. And we talked to some alums at the conference, and we're like, oh, I would so donate to, help students go. This is such a great experience. In fact, a lot of them said they were jealous that they didn't get that experience. So we said Kickstarter and all those kinds of things were around. So one of our students, is Terrence, said, hey, I'm working on something at the alumni office, which is kind of like a crowdfunding. Why don't we crowdfund sending students to the conference? So we thought that was a wonderful idea, and Terrence put together a crowdfunding page through our BU Foundation. And actually, we started a campaign to raise this year $10,000 to send approximately 10 students, maybe 8, maybe 11, maybe a little bit more, to the conference using the crowdfunding source. So we sent out messages to our alumni and to other alumni, and we're undergoing this campaign to try to raise money so that the students can successfully go to DevLearn, and we'll try to do this over and over again so it can be a recurring event. But we thought that was the fastest, most effective way, and alumni want to help. They want to give back or pay forward. So this was a great way to kind of allow them to do that, and allow them to help our students go to those conferences and meet up with the alumni who will be at the conference, and all that kind of stuff. So we're really excited about it.
And I know you shared this on social media, which was the place that I first saw it. And that's, I saw it, and it is positioned as something that's kind of an alumni thing, but you mentioned it yourself. When you were at the conference last year, there were a lot of people who heard about what you were doing and thought, this is great, and I'd love to do that. And I know the spirit of what we do at the Guild is, together we're better, and we want to help those who need to learn something, connect with those who know that information. And so anything that people can do to support things like this is great. So once I saw you doing this, I wanted to have this conversation and share what you're doing with the Guild community, so that people who are at the conference who saw that last year or just connect with this idea can be aware of it and contribute as well. I think it's wonderful what you guys are doing, and anything we can do to help it be successful, we definitely wanted to do.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, and anyone is eligible to kind of help fund it. And as you said, the value to people at the conference of having the energy of students there is really palpable. So it really helps everyone if we can get students to these events and we can help them add some, I mean, the event has so much energy, just add another level of energy to the event and really help these students, because, all of us, or many of us, went to college, went to grad school. We know, sometimes $20 for a pizza was a lot of money. So helping out with this process is really appreciated and really benefits the field. I mean, the thing that I like about it is that the field in general, I think, will get better as we have, a longer pipeline of students. They understand what it's like to be a professional. Professionals get ideas from students. It's really a win-win-win for everybody. And that's why we're so excited about this and really excited about the opportunity to fund the students through this kind of innovative idea that came from the students. So it was really kind of exciting how it all works together.
Absolutely. And for those students who might be watching this, Karl's volunteered to help us out again this year to put together a student docent program. So in addition to just participating in the natural aspects of everything that's just going on at DevLearn, there are some unique student-specific things that we do as well that are tailored to the needs of students to help do that, and as well as creating opportunities for the students to connect and have those conversations with the more experienced peers within the industry. So it adds on so many levels to the conference, and anything that we can do to make it more accessible to people, we definitely want to do. I showed the screen a second ago. I'll show it again, and I'll put a link. There'll be a link that you can click on here that you can just find out more about it, read what they're doing here, and get involved to support it as well. It's a great idea that I think a lot of people within the Guild community are going to want to share and contribute to. So I'm glad you guys are doing it.
Great. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, we're glad to have this opportunity to talk about it. And I'll turn it over to students for any last words they might want to say.
Thank you for having me on the air. I appreciate it.
The same thank you, and I hope I can come to DevLearn next year.
Again, thank you for having us. The conferences that I've been to have been more than amazing, and I could not say enough good things about it. So I'm excited to help out as I move into the field myself to kind of give back and make sure that this kind of thing keeps going forward.
Excellent. Well, we'll spread the word on this, and we'll do what we can. We want to see you at DevLearn this September as well. Karl, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to have this conversation with me, and we'll start spreading the word to help get what you guys need.
Thanks. Take care, Dave.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.